The UK's strictest head teacher, as she's been labelled, Katharine Birbalsingh, says that parents shouldn't trust teachers to educate their children properly, insisting that parents should actually take it upon themselves to give kids extra lessons to add to their education after school. Well, the tiger head of Michaela Community School in London went on to tweet, I believe we can see it now, there you go, schools, even the best schools, can only do so much. Parents can do one-to-one instruction and can revisit before bedtime. Gosh, I bet it's about to last round at her house. Or provide different instructors for the same thing. The power of the family is huge, and yet all we do is say schools should teach that.
Well, GBNews' culture and social affairs editor Inaya Folarin Iman joins us now to give her thoughts on this. I mean, on one hand, and this seems like common sense, of course parents shouldn't just leave all the teaching to the school, but parents are busy, aren't they? They don't really have time to teach their children and do homework and all sorts of things every single day after school.
Well, I think there's a few points there. So one is the extra teaching of parents. And I think that, as you rightfully mentioned, I think it is kind of common sense. So we have parents reading to their children before they go to sleep. And oftentimes when it comes to, for example, the 11 plus exams that some kids have to do, many parents are actually getting a training for their kids in order to pass those exams. And so the reality is these types of things do give an unfair advantage, particularly to kids that come from backgrounds of immense privilege. And therefore it is important for parents of all backgrounds to be really involved in the education of their kids. But I also think there's a moral dimension here, because I think within society we've been having many discussions about gender and identity, race and climate change, and actually overwhelmingly, many of these instruction and education has happened within schools, and sometimes parents have just left the kids to be taught whatever without actually having a direct involvement. And I do think it's really important for parents to see their role as educators as well, for inculcating certain values and principles within their children, and that should not just be solely the responsibility of teachers.